that's the reason why it was reduced. It used to be real.
I didn't go home. That's the problem. I've been here since 8, so I did not change. Okay. Hey Deb, am I in your monitor? Am I in your monitor? Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Barely. Are you just whispering?
I mean, I was. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
No,
If I,
it's not very good. I need more volume on your monitors.
well, if I talk like this, can you hear me?
It's still pretty quiet. I could use a little more volume on it.
Okay, let me.
I'm gonna go back and ask him to turn you up.
Okay, that would be great. She just needs. Okay. This is why we don't understand. It's not me. You ready?
I turned my mic off,
Yes.
right?
Uh, either or. Tequila! Shana Tova. We heard a request for a chime to start services, but we thought it was more appropriate with the almost every week.
No, not almost every week, but I could. So we were actually trying to figure out, do we do Havdalah between Rosh Hashanah and Shabbat? So no. The answer is no, which is unusual. What the text says is that there's a tradition to blow the shofar to indicate that the work that can be done on a chag, on a holiday like Rosh Hashanah or Sukkot, needs to be stopped because Shabbat is here. But that because they sort of bleed into each other, you don't actually do Havdalah because you're still not supposed to be lighting the fire. So, what was that? Oh, no, you can blow the shofar to announce Shabbat.
Okay.
So, in case you weren't aware, it's Shabbat. Well, okay, fair. We're going to light the
It's a very
Shabbat.
participatory service so far. I like it.
They like to give me a hard time.
I like this. This is good.
Now the question is, would they have given Rabbi Rosenthal this hard of a time?
Oh.
Probably, probably not. We are going to light not our holiday candles, our Shabbat candles. You know what I did not get?
A book? Does this one have your name on it?
No. We are on pages 3 and 2. And Wendy, would you like to light the candles? No? Okay. Yeah, Melanie, come on.
Where's the...
We don't often see you on a Friday night.
do you have the handout? Oh, it's right here. It's all prepped and ready. Make sure it's on. Yep, you're good.
It's on.
I don't know the long versions, but I know the short version. Just like that. Okay. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen.
We continue with Lechuna Ranana, page 12-ish. Well, you'll find the chorus on page 12 and not the verses.
Lechuna ranana,
We continue with Lecha Dodi, pages 20 and 21. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, and on the 9th verse, rise and face the entrance to greet Shabbat as a bride. Is on page 26, which I'm sure won't be quite as rousing as that.
It's Simcha
absolutely.
Tehillim. It's Shabbos. She's here.
Yes.
Yitkadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabba ve'alma divrach chirutei ve'hamelich malchutei b'chayechon uvyomechon ub'chaye dechol beit Yisrael bagala ubizman karev v'mimeru
for Baruchu, page 28.
Amen.
31, we join together. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 32.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבתו. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהיה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה. ותאכל תשב ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Please be seated. Page 36.
אהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 41. Sing the song of people joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, song of peace.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורות תהילות וספר מלכות את יעקב עם גדלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Page 42, Hashkivenu. Yes? Okay.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom ve'hamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu uvoenu lechaim ulshalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. Hashkivenu
Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. Page 44. We rise in body or spirit for the Amidah, page 46. Just as a reminder, as we go through the Amidah, that there are special insertions, changes of words. There's the addition in Avot V'Imahot, there's an addition in Vurot, and then there's a change of word in Kiddushat Hashem.
The most helpful thing that I've learned as a Jewish professional is that we call this asterisk Shabbat. So take just about every asterisk there is.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor ve'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chasdei Avot v'imahot, U'mevi Gila Livnei B'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava. Zochreinu, Zochreinu lechaim, Zochreinu, Zochreinu lechaim, Zochreinu lechaim, Melech hafetz b'chaim, V'chotreinu b'sefer hachayim, V'chotreinu b'sefer hachayim, V'chotreinu b'sefer hachayim, Lemarcha Elohim chayim, Melech ozer u'Mashiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah gipoy le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah Rav le'hoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chaim bechesed, Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim, Tomech noflim ve'rofech oholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha bal giurot, Umidom melach, Melech memit umechaye, Umatzmiach Yeshua michamocha. Barachamim, Zocher Yitzurav L'chaim Berachamim, V'ne'eman atah l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yalelucha sela, Baruch atah Adonai, HaMelech HaKadosh.
We continue with our private prayers. When you're finished with your prayers, you may be seated. We think of those who are in need of healing and wholeness, mind, of body, or of spirit. If there's someone that you're thinking of on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their names with us at this time.
Mashi, Chazan, Yonatan, Gedola.
Misha Berach can be found on page 253. To offer thanks and gratitude for the blessings of this past week. Thank you.
So I have to say, I've streamed your services for a while, and I see you do this every week, and I love it, so much so that I've implemented it in my own congregation in California, but I gave it a really cool name, and I want to name it here. So this section of your service is called A Second for Simcha.
It just usually lasts more than a second.
It's a guideline.
It should be on now.
Okay, great. Hi. Okay. Thank you. So I talked to my son today, shortly before I came in. This is the one that's at Oberlin. And I was really excited because he finally is in the music building and has a band. And he told me last night he spent 2 hours trying to do Careless Whisper with his band. A little Kenny G. And he's the sax player.
We got to go see the Indigo Girls.
Whoa.
And it was Cosmos's first concert.
I talked to my niece who is in Florida, and she's fine. The hurricane didn't affect her. She lives in Cape Coral. And I found out that she's going to arrive on my husband and my 55th wedding anniversary in January. Yay!
Mazel tov.
One, I'm just happy to be here after not being here for months. And I'm just really thankful for like my partner and everybody that has allowed me to stay in West Seattle. So,
I've been mentioning our son Joel for weeks and weeks for healing, and I'm so happy to say that finally last week he got proper medical care, and within 36 hours it feels miraculously healed back to what he was 2 years ago. It's just unbelievable. We're so grateful.
We celebrated Jeff's father's 90th birthday, so happy birthday, Grandpa Howard.
I had some really cool lucid dreams.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulachana ele hodot. Blessed
Amen.
are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Amen.
And now, it is my pleasure to hand over the sermon slot to our cantorial soloist, Raymond Zachary.
Can you all, is my mic okay? Can you hear me? Or do you need me to use this one or the handheld or something? No, you can't hear me? Oh, you can hear me, okay.
Ish. We can pump you up.
I'll do this. I'll move this guy up a bit. There we go. Better? There we are. So Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shana Tova, all the good things. I want to take just a moment before I begin and say a true thank you to all of you for welcoming me with such open arms. I had lunch with Rabbi this afternoon, and we both agreed that this has been one of the funnest High Holy Day seasons to date in both of our careers, and I am very, very happy that that is happening here. And I want to say thank you to all of you for having me and for making that possible. So, a mother was once enrolling her son in a Jewish private school. And when the school called to ask what her son's pronouns were, the mother was a little surprised, but didn't miss a beat. He's a good Jewish boy. His pronoun will be doctor. Ever since preschool, we have all been asked, what do you want to do when you grow up? But rarely do we hear the question, what kind of person do you want to be? We go through life building ourselves an outer shell, a way that we can be presented to the outside world. We use labels like doctor, lawyer, or cantor. And we build a world of setting goals to get to the next level, the next label. If we do well in school, we're labeled valedictorian. Or if we perform well in a courtroom, we become labeled partner. And if we save enough lives in the OR, we are labeled chief of surgery. But when we describe one another, we affirm that shell. Introducing someone with a title like doctor or rabbi not only labels what they do, but reinforces the shell that they have built. But a shell is simply a vessel. A shell is only as important as the thing that it houses. And as most of us have heard at some point in our growing up, it's what's on the inside that really counts. I've realized that labels, while they may describe the work that we do not always describe the people that we wish to be. And so I have recently stopped describing people with their labels and begun using 3 different criteria: their attitude, the way they treat others, and what makes them uniquely beautiful. So instead of describing my sister as a teacher, I would first tell you that she is a kind, compassionate, and fiercely loyal young woman who loves her family deeply. The more that we start equating people to who they are over what they do, the better we will be able to see ourselves as human beings and not just human doings. We might just be able to see the world beyond the lens of labels that define us. After all, what we do with our roles in life will change and evolve, whether that be in a relationship, in a job, or simply a new phase of life. You may be working in the field of engineering, but that means you will be a creative problem solver. And while you may be preparing to do social work, that means you will be a compassionate and caring community member. Now, regardless of what you do in this world, you always have the opportunity to change and become the person you wish to be. Tonight is Shabbat Shuvah, the Shabbat of return. But every Shabbat, in fact, every time we say Kiddush, not just on Shabbat, we return to one of our most traumatic and yet most identifying experiences as a people. We say Zecher Letziat Mitzrayim, as we actively worshiping Jews are constantly referencing our slavery in Egypt. But if we look at the story of the Exodus, we find that our ancestors also dealt with this very question. We were labeled as the Hebrew slaves, but we knew that there was more to who we were and what we could be. God saw who we really were, and with Moses, we began our transformation. We went from doing the mindless daily work as Hebrew slaves to being an active and cohesive Jewish nation. We go through life playing our individual roles, but we have to look at ourselves and ask, are we doing or are we actually being? Now, doing what we do and simply going through the motions is sometimes a necessity of daily life. And there are just those days where you need to go through the motions to make it to the end. But when you begin to be, instead of just do, you're putting meaning and intention behind your actions. Look at me. The role of a shaliach tzibur, a cantorial soloist. Am I here to stand in front of you and sing a song about a shelter? Or am I here to pray the text of Hashkivenu with you and help you find connection to God through music? We are not here to pray at you, but instead pray with you. May we all find the ability in this new year to start equating one another with our internal characteristics so that we may see ourselves more as human beings and not just human doings. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. Amen.
I'd like to invite up Jeff Friedman. Do you want me to do it? Treasurer of our board, to share some of what's going on with you.
And yet again, I'm thrust into the lion's den.
We're not going to eat you up here.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. To everybody at home, Shabbat Shalom. Shana Tova. I'm winging it. Shabbat services will start tomorrow. We have Torah study at 9 o'clock, and we have service at 10 o'clock. Sunday is just totally filled with all sorts of good things. We have the memorial service. We have the burial for Bruce Mann at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. We have the Home of Peace pilgrimage at 3 o'clock. We have a naming, a dedication of a plaque for the old temple at 1 o'clock. So even though I've got everything backwards, lots of things to do on Sunday. Services, again, high holiday services next Shabbat and Saturday. What else have we got here? We have all sorts of things. Observance of October 7 in a couple of different places, Seattle as well as here. Break the fast next Saturday night. We have Sukkah beginning, our decoration there with soup in the Sukkah on October 16, and Simchat Torah and consecration on October 23rd. And if that doesn't keep you busy, we can find something for you to do. Shabbat Shalom.
And if you'd like to help with any of those things, please let us know. We are going to return to our prayer books to page 282 for Aleinu. Please rise and body your spirit.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל עמונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated.
As we turn to the words of the mourner's Kaddish, we think of those who have died in recent days and weeks. As we've already mentioned, the death of Bruce Mann, one of our past presidents, and his burial will be on Sunday. And we are actually, technically, I guess, not anymore in the period of Shloshim, but still within the first month of the death of Conrad Harold Bosley, the father of Jesse Cooley. And then we say, Hamakom Yanatchem Etchem B'toch Sharav Leitzion B'Yerushalayim. We also think of those whose yard sites occur in the coming week, who died at this time in years past. If I say the name of someone you're thinking of, I invite you to rise so that we can acknowledge you as a mourner. We think of Adeline Barty, Ben Flax, Evelyn May Fraser, Saul Friedman, Kenneth Hyman, Lori Lamont, Estelle Lasco, Bill Olson, Milton Pyatak, Martha Pyatak, Robert Russ, Melvin Schoenwald, William Sherman, Herb Simon, and Ida Taylor. As we think of them, we say Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be a blessing. We rise to join our mourners so that no mourner has to stand alone as we offer the words of the mourner's Kaddish on page 294. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayei dechol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kari v'imru
Amen.
Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudesha
Brichu.
Le'ela ule'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom mimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru
Amen. May the one who creates peace on high bring peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved, as together we say, Amen. We conclude our service this evening with Achat Sha'alti, which is on page 358. You may be seated. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Kiddush is on page 5.
Pick your poison.
You get Vintage Wednesday. I'll take Vintage yesterday.
Yours gets plastic.
Mine's been sitting in the fridge all week.
Oh. Chilled vintage. Here. Oh, thank you.
The reduced good stuff.
The reduced good stuff. ויהי ערב ויבוקר יום השישי ויהולו השמיים בארץ וכל צבאם ויחל אלוהים את יום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי וקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם בורא פרי הגפן Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'asei v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra'ei kodesh זכר לציאת מצרים כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים. Fool me once. Oh, it's fresh croutons. Of all the things I've seen when someone lifts a challah cover, this is a first.
Okay. We make it so that people can just take their piece and not.
Okay.
Like,
are there
touch the whole-
toothpicks? Do we?
No.
No. Oh, okay. We thank God for bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz Shabbat Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom. Thank you to Adam and